Hi guys, just a quick, gonna do a potato reveal today, which I'm looking forward to. So there's two new varieties that we haven't done before. Oh, there's actually three. So the one at the back is King Edward's. The next one is Golden Wonder. These ones are Sarpamera from our home save seed, and these are the giant jacket potatoes from Asda that we just planted because they'd sprouted. So that I'm going to do that one first, but I just thought to show you first before I set up the wheelbarrow and then do a little reveal. So guys, I'm going to start with the mystery potatoes from Asda. Let's see what we've got. I'm going to pull the humes out. Good size. There was a potato on that one. I'm going to put them in this bucket here. Just going to leave them there. If you get little potatoes like that, just give them a squeeze, otherwise they'll grow in your compost bins. Cutworm, that can be squished. Good sign. Not as big, I thought they'd be a lot bigger. Compost is quite moist still. But if we only get this type, there's a nice big slug. So this is why I'm doing it. I've noticed that there's a very large increase of slug activity on the plot. And if the potatoes are nice and moist, which these are, they're more susceptible for slug damage. To be honest, I thought these would be a lot bigger than they actually are, unless there's bigger ones further down. I'll give that a check out now. Maybe there was a growth inhibitor, this is why they can go out. On the potatoes, there's lots of worms in here, so we've gone into the seed potato. They don't look too good, but we'll have a look. Maybe it's just that potato that they use is some sort of F1 variety, and that's why there's hardly anything there. But I'm going to tip them out now to show you what I got from one harvest of them. So not a great result, but it's enough for a meal for us, so I'm happy. And this will just get taken now to the spent compost bin and tipped out, and then we'll do the next one. Get them all out. That ready for the next one. Just pause you a minute. So guys, as if by magic, it's all empty. The next variety we're going to try is the Sarpamera, which is from our own home save seed. I can see potatoes on the top, but because we save our own seed, it doesn't make a difference because we'll just use them for seed potatoes next year. If they were normal potatoes, they'd be green, but these go a browny colour because they're a red potato variety. So I will have to go through these a bit better after I've shown you what comes out, to choose which ones are the seeds for next year. I'm just going to get rid of these, 1 second. All goes on the compost heap because there's not light at the moment, so just pick these from the top. I can see, like I said, some you don't go green, they go this browny colour when they're red potatoes. So these will be picked out for next year for the seeds, which I'll save. And the ones that are, that's a seed potato from this year, that one. And nice and red like that, they'll go home for dinner. That's a good sized potato, happy with that one. And the reason why you get sometimes better results from your home saved seed, oh look at that one, that's a beauty as well, is the use of the environment that you've been growing in the previous year. So they haven't been grown in Scotland or the northeast or wherever your seed potatoes are originating from. They're grown in Cheshire, and they're already adapted to this environment, so it's already in the genetics, and then when they start give better crops and they're more resilient to the weather that you have in your area. So it's always better and cheaper because it's costing out to save your seed. If you save 4 seed potatoes from each bucket, you get 1 bucket next year. So if you want a few, you need to save a minimum of 4 per bucket that you harvest, so that then you have enough seed potatoes and you don't have to buy any. I think I've fertile through it. It's quite dry, this one, to be honest. Oh, there's a nice one. There's a little one. So in these ones, apart from that 1 seed potato, you've taken all the nutrients out of the seeds in these, and there's none left. So I'll give this another fertile in a minute, but I'm going to take this out, and you can see the difference in variety, but also the size difference. So there's no growth inhibitors on them. I won't be taking any seed potatoes from the ones from Asda. There's a little bit of scab on that one, but apart from that, they're all pretty nice and clean. So get these kept separate, so we know which is which variety. And I'll stop you there and get the next variety to show you. So guys, I've just taken the Humes out of this bucket. This is the Golden Wonder, so this is going to be interesting because I've never grown these before. Maybe a bit early, but it's very dry. And as you can see, there's lots of little potatoes, which I'm surprised because Golden Wonder are grown especially for crisps. So I did expect bit of a bigger turnout, to be honest, but that could be bad because I've harvested them too early. There's plenty of potatoes in here, you see there. I don't know whether it's just I've harvested them too early, they've not had enough water. There's plenty of little potatoes on the runners. These are more like a dark skinned new potato, to be honest, but we'll give them a go. But I definitely know I need to water the remaining buckets that are there. I think it's because there was so many Humes on these, that's why they're so small. There was no, sorry I've dropped one. There was lots of foliage off the 4 seed potatoes, but obviously that's hindered the growth. That one's starting to sprout itself. But we'll go through them all. Like I said, if we wanted a new potato crop, and these were something like Pentland Javelin or International Kidney, which is what Jersey Royals are, this would be a perfect size for, we'll use them for salads and stuff and as a little new potato. But I really wanted a good sized harvest, and I think it's the way the weather's been this year, with it being so dry. We did water constantly at the start of the season because there was no rain for months. So I'm trying to go through this quite methodically because there are lots and lots, as you can see on here. There's a lot more potatoes that would have grown, but the conditions, and we're going to start getting into blight season soon, I think. There has been a warning that it's coming, but it hasn't reached here yet, so that's good. But the red Sarpamera that I do, they're a blight tolerant or resistant variety out of the ones that we do. But I wanted to see what these look like, and obviously nowhere near what I expected, but you can see on these tendrils how many more potatoes there would have been. Maybe if I grew them in the ground, they might have done better, because they could have took the nutrients and water from deeper down. But we'll have to see. Just give these a bit of a crush so that they don't grow in your compost heap. They're tiny, tiny potatoes. But I think if I do them again, I might even try to grow some next year, but do them in the ground and see what results we get from them. Sorry, I'm going on into getting this done. I don't try not to do potato reveals too long, but these ones are taking ages because there's so many of them. It is prolific, don't get me wrong, but I think they're putting all their energy into making small potatoes rather than the big ones that I was anticipating, to be honest. I think they're the biggest ones I've seen, really. But we've taken on the new plot, on my plot, and it's still nowhere near complete. The jobs I was going to do for like the potatoes, like building a framework for them, building an irrigation system, was then put by the by while we've tried to get the other plot going. So hopefully, fingers crossed, the job that was on for this year will be on for next year. So that is the Golden Wonder harvest. I am disappointed with that, but that could be down to me. It could be just down to the conditions, but we'll take that. We'll treat them as new potatoes instead of a chipping potato. But I'll save 4 to 8 of them for next year, the larger ones, and see if they give us a better result next year. So that's something to look forward to.